Welcome to From Her Side podcast. I'm Charlie Lotus, but you can call me Lo. We've had 4 girls in 4 years, and I'm pregnant with the 5th, and I'm 40 weeks and 5 days pregnant. Get this baby out.
Just the bump date.
What was going through your mind when you were first diagnosed with lupus?
My children, who was going to take care of them, my husband, my life, because it was a major change in my mind. It was a disease that would stop my immune system from functioning. So all of that was going through my mind at one time when they diagnosed me with lupus.
Did you ever feel like we were roommates more than husband and wife?
Absolutely.
Hold on. Uh-oh, belly. Rumba, rumba. Rumba, rumba. That belly said rumba, rumba. What are some things that you're doing to prepare for birth since we're getting closer to it in terms of like nesting?
Yeah, so I'm full on nesting, which for those of you who are not familiar with the term, that it's this urge to clean and sanitize and organize and prepare for baby's arrival, because birth is the closest thing you'll get to death. It's your body experiences an amount of pain that is greater than what you're supposed to be able to handle. And so that sounds crazy, and I don't want to be discouraging, but to think that something so supernatural is happening, that you can live through that, you can like be strong through that, you can power through mentally and physically through that. It's something I will never forget. Like it is a part of me, and it's something that I may forget other experiences, but that is one that will live with me forever.
You can feel that, like you could just remember the pain.
I can look at a video and be like,
I know what that felt like.
Wow. Like I remember that so clearly. I just think also with what we know of home birth now, having experienced it, and what my perception of an unmedicated, like non-hospital birth was,
Yeah.
don't compare now.
Okay.
Especially having experienced it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was so naive to just like hope this was going to happen.
Right.
So in your PR work, you know, some of the major highlights were getting swimsuits placed on the Kardashians and J-Lo. What were some of your non-negotiables in making that happen as a PR CEO boss lady?
I think what I learnt pretty early on in my career was relationships are super, super important. You just never know where somebody's going to end up, who they're going to be working with, what magazine they're going to be writing for. So making sure that I was always kind. You know, people always remember how you speak to them and how you treat them. So making sure those relationships were solid and that people would actually reply to me and want to work with me. I think that's what helped with, you know, navigating markets that were highly competitive. And, you know, these celebrities are getting sent free stuff 10 times a day. So I'm like, how am I going to stand out and make sure? And like, you know, some of the time that was just being a bit nicer to their assistant. Or, you know, remembering their name or just something like that where they're siphoning through hundreds of emails a day. So maybe mine stood out because they're like, oh, that was the Australian girl that was nice to me or sent me some swimwear too. Or, you know, so I think the relationships and just building on, you know, a foundation of where I had a good reputation, that was probably the number one thing.
Yeah.
A reputation of kindness, and yeah, that was it.
Ooh.
I'm trying to figure out what's up.
Ow.
What?
I'm being abused. Ow.
What is it? Are you what?
Baby's just kicking really hard. There's not a lot of room.
Oh, and they're not contractions though.
Mm-mm.
Man, you
Oh,
know.
speaking of
So
contractions.
she's been having contractions. So however you get.
Just mad. Just mad. Let me tell y'all
So
how I got played. Had
can I
contractions.
ask my question?
No. Go ahead.
You pregnant? I'm gonna get out your way.
So I had contractions from 2:30 to 5:30 in the morning every 2 to 5 minutes
Every 2 to 5 minutes.
a couple days ago. And then that evening from 3:30 to 6:30, another 3 hours had contractions every 2 to 5 minutes. And started sounding alarms, started reaching out to the midwife, reaching out to the
I was up
doula.
moving around, making sure you good, and
Was just breathing through them, was sure we were going to have a baby that night, and it just stopped. And then the whole next day I was sore because of all those contractions.
but first,
How was the birth?
how was the birth? How was it? How did it go down?
Oh man. So as y'all know from the last bump date, I was over it. I was over it. I was really confused as to why the baby hadn't come yet. And, I felt like it was around that time. Like, why were we approaching
Yeah.
41 weeks?
Look at all this hair.
Yeah. So we had an ultrasound that afternoon to just make sure everything was okay with baby.
Yeah.
But because it was a home birth, it was our second ultrasound of the entire pregnancy.
Yeah.
Which,
so 10 months, 2 ultrasounds.
Right. Had we not gone to that one, we would have only had the anatomy scan, and even that was optional.
Right.
So we had an ultrasound just to make sure baby was okay, and also make sure that my placenta wasn't calcifying or deteriorating, which happens the closer you get to 42 weeks.
And we didn't want to go back down that route.
Right. Back to something that I've been experiencing, which I'm really curious to see who else of our followers has experienced this. So food aversions come in pregnancy, right? Y'all, I cannot drink water.
Which is
water by itself, it makes me just nauseous. I can't drink water, unflavored water. So I'm dousing lemons in my water and, trying different flavoring things because water is just not of interest. It just doesn't taste good. It's so weird. And water doesn't really have, okay, water does have a taste. You can taste the difference between different waters, but I'm just saying I've never had an issue with drinking water. And this is the first time that I'm just
it ain't doing it for you.
Yeah, put a whole lemon in that cup.
She over there put lemon and sugar. That's lemonade,
No,
girl.
I don't put sugar until
Girl, that's lemonade.
I don't really feel pregnant until I do something that I'm I'm starting to get to the point where if I bend over, I feel like I'm squishing and can't breathe. So stuff like that. But yeah, overall I would do this 5 more times.
Okay. Like I said, this is Than. We have 4 girls in 4 years. I'm pregnant with the 5th child. We're going to find out what we're going to have in a couple of months. She talking about somebody come get her.
Time to move to the south and get a farm.
They said blink twice if you need help.
It's wild.
I love the smell of brand new babies.
That wasn't creepy at all.
My brand new babies. They're just amazing.
Oh, man.
Well, I haven't smelled anybody else's baby.
I literally cannot wait to
my
feel
babies.
Right here.
I love
Right
this.
here.
Why are you trying to play me right there? That wasn't creepy at
That
all.
wasn't creepy. I love the smell of new babies.
Brand new babies.
Brand new
They
babies.
just smell so amazing.
Yeah.
Well, ours.
Yeah.
I'm not, no disrespect to anybody else. I haven't smelled anybody else's brand new baby.
If you could go back and tell yourself something about motherhood that you didn't know, what would you have told yourself?
It's never over. It's never over.
I'm gonna cry. Not because that's sad, because that's beautiful. Like even just, like you're a grandmother, but just in motherhood in general, it's not
never
over.
Even if you have children that are no longer with you, it is never over. You will always be a mother.
Even talking about the rhythms and routine, I know that plays probably a big part in like the distance in relationships, because that's probably what starts people even sleeping in the separate room, right? Like, I got to go to work in the morning. The baby's crying. Let me go here and handle this, because now I can't sleep and I can't work. I can't function. I'm trying to provide for the family. And you're probably like, I'm in here by myself. I can't, I'm having the baby by myself. We did this together. What am I doing here? And it's like both of us are trying to tag team something that we built. So I think that that's even a big part of how you start sleeping in a separate room. And then sleep deprivation, distance, you have to choose to want to do right and want to avoid them arguments that you want to have so bad.
We suffered a miscarriage with our first. That was not something that we were like actively trying to do. And then we got pregnant, and then it was like we didn't know how much we were really looking forward to that baby.
Yeah.
And so we've experienced loss in that form. And, so being grateful for every pregnancy afterward, and then the recent circumstances have just really made us really lean into God. Here we are. We've had 4 babies in 4 years.
Yeah, she can't keep her hands off me.
4 daughters in 4 years.
4 little
and
sweet princesses.
Pregnant with the 5th.
What we gonna have? What we gonna have?
Don't know what it is. So we're
I know.
very excited to meet who's joining the crew. But we thought that we would spend some time kind of going over how we got here in...
They know how we got here, but...
Well, not that part. In our birth experience. But I'm also really grateful that God can use me as a testimony of what these experiences were like. Yeah. And so I can't only speak to women who have had home water births. I can speak to women who have had cesareans. Speak to women who have had emergency C-sections. I can speak to women who have had an epidural or don't have an epidural. Yeah. And I think that has always made me a really...
water birth too.
Yeah. And a hospital birth unmedicated. Mm-hmm. And I think that has given me a lot of pride in the social circles that I work in to be able to communicate what that experience was like for me, in hopes of helping another mama. God always provides, right? And he works it out for the best way that it's supposed to be. So at this point, I think it's just trying to be the least stressed as possible, as prepared as we could be, and just being able to roll with the punches and being really flexible, which is, it's that I feel like that's also kind of distracted from the pregnancy as well, with all of this stuff going on.
There's a lot of stuff going on outside of that, but yeah.
Yeah, so we're all safe, we're all healthy. I think that's what's most important. We're all together. Yeah. And it'll all work out.
Yeah, God's good. Everything, things aren't as like bad as they seem. They're just things that you see in the future, that you see that God has already passed. So they're nothing too big. Everything's green. We're good.
I'll probably never forget sitting in that pool at 4 a.m, looking around at everyone else asleep. And
I was asleep. I was awake, wasn't I?
You were taking a power nap, babe.
Nah, I was praying for the situation.
And we'll see you on the other side.
The other side. Y'all stay tuned. We got something for y'all, man.
Yeah. Y'all stay blessed. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
All the goodies.
Share this with anyone who you think might enjoy it. And we'll see you next time.
Big deuces, baby.